All right. Well, welcome to Pangea's Community Cafe. Excited to have all of you here. This is a place where you learn the latest on how to secure your apps with ease. So again, for all of those who have joined the Securathon that kicked off this week, this is a great time to kind of see what it takes to make a winning app, right? So, um, Vanessa, would you like to go ahead and join us on the call here? And we'll go ahead and walk through the YouTube and then the demo, right?
Sure. Let's go ahead and do that.
Digital payment transactions are projected to reach a staggering $8.26 trillion, signaling the growing demand. Over 1.7 billion adults worldwide remain unbanked. Increasing digital payment usage can boost GDP by up to 3.7% in emerging economies. Ensuring secure authentication methods to verify the identity of users and prevent unauthorized access to payment accounts is a significant security challenge. Protecting sensitive customer information from unauthorized access and data breaches is a critical security challenge in payment transactions. Pay for your purchases with ease, anywhere, anytime. Our secure payment system makes it simple and convenient to pay for what you need. Piggy the thief was a small but cunning creature. He is a clever digital intruder who exploits technology to pilfer from digital payments. Piggy's actions led to the company's loss of a major client and posed numerous threats to the company's security. The company was now in a difficult financial situation. The company experts discovered Pangea services, which can provide solution to their issue. The company decided to implement Pangea's services, and they were immediately impressed with the results. Click on ZeroPay and register yourself. Fake registrations are denied by Pangea Security. User can log in using his registered mobile number followed by OTP. Users can begin their journey by setting up a secure ZeroPay PIN, providing an added layer of protection. They can effortlessly add their preferred card details, enabling convenient and seamless transactions. Users can experience the ultimate convenience and security by sending money to any mobile number with just a single click. With our streamlined process, users can effortlessly initiate transactions, ensuring a seamless and efficient payment experience. An instant acknowledgement is sent to the user's email, providing them with assurance and peace of mind. With the robust security of Pangea's Redact API, the user's card number is securely masked. Our payment app offers a seamless QR scanning feature, allowing users to conveniently make payments by scanning the QR code associated with the recipient's account. Pangea Services provided a robust security framework for our payment app, ensuring a safe and reliable transaction experience. With Vault API, we securely stored secrets and cryptographic keys. And with Auth-N, we ensured secure authentication and user management. With Pangea's Audit Log API, we recorded a tamper-proof log of user activities, enhancing accountability. Pangea's IP Intel and User Intel services allowed us to check IP reputations and breached user data, preventing fraudulent activities. The Redact API helped us protect sensitive information by performing data redaction. With the implementation of Pangea services, the company experienced a significant boost in profits while effectively thwarting any attempts by Piggy the thief. The robust security measures provided by Pangea ensured a safe and secure environment for transactions, instilling confidence in both the company and its client.
Hey, thanks for sharing that. Yeah, Rohit, I again welcome. So we've got the ZeroPay team here on the call. So Rohit and Rayvant, I think other members of the team. Your YouTube, the demo, you've I think used 5 of our features, right? So clearly a lot, and you've done a great job, which explains why you got the grand prize winning for the last Securathon. Quick question: was this your first hackathon?
No, actually, we have been participating in this corporate hacks for almost more than a year.
Okay.
And this is almost 5 to 6 corporate hacks.
Okay, great. Sounds like you guys have done this quite a few times. So, again, Reva, feel free to chip in here. But how did you guys come up with this idea?
In India, you see that most of the transactions are only done via mobile. So no one would be using physical currency here. So that's how we came up with the idea. Since in India, since transaction is via digital, most of them happens to be some fraudulent activities. So we took that as a problem statement, since it's one of the major issue faced here in India. So that's how we came up with the idea. And since Pangea was based on security, and we wanted to use Pangea's services, enhancing the system.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's amazing that you implemented 5 services into the app. How did you find the process in implementing these services? Was it ease of use?
At the initial stage, it felt a bit like somewhat different, because we do have a lot of services at Node.js, etc. So when we just got into Pangea, it was like somewhat an easy bit to implement. So our work got reduced to much smaller, so that the time to think about the security, etc., we just left it to Pangea. We focused fully on our product. We just left the security part to Pangea, and we just built our application.
Great. And you mentioned Node.js. Were you using our SDK?
Yes. So actually, for this, we just use the REST API concept.
And as far as the ease of integrating those services, can you describe that?
Everything was pretty easy. I didn't feel like it wasn't much complex.
Fantastic. Any roadblocks that you guys faced while implementing this app?
At first, I just had a bit complex, right? And understanding like IP intel, URL intel, domain intel, the difference between them. So later on, when I just got used to it, I could just differentiate them.
You bring up a good point there. So as far as like documentation, understanding the services, what they do, how they can help you, was that?
It was actually everything is easy. So
This is sort of here. So I would like to, first of all, thank all the ZeroPay team participants for building such an awesome app. And I would like to highlight a couple of things for you and all the other folks who've joined this office hours to talk about like what made ZeroPay stand out with regard to it becoming a winning app in our interview and evaluation process, and testing the service out and capabilities that you had built. One of the most important things about your application was it was a complete app without Pangea. I think in applications like yours, which entails transactions and money, user trust is paramount, right? You have to make sure that what users are doing on the application is safe and secure. And that's where you incorporated Pangea services in order to accelerate your go-to-market and launch, such that you can address security concerns that would be top of mind for any consumer who is trying to use your app. Your app was not built for Pangea. It was built for an intent, for a purpose, but it became stronger together with Pangea. You were able to, launch the app sooner, and you were able to benefit by virtue of partnering with Pangea. And that's really one of the things that stood out in our evaluation. The second thing that I really liked is you took care of the right challenges with the right services. So first of all, managing secrets to vault. Yes, there are many other offerings available for key management, but one has to be very price conscious, because at the end of the day, if all the other services that you're using does not help you be profitable in terms of business you're intending to generate out of your application, then you'll have to increase the price of your offering, and then it doesn't remain that lucrative, right? So, but at the same time, you have to address the security concerns and weaknesses that are there in your app. So, leveraging Pangea's vault service for storing secrets and credentials was very smart. Leveraging redaction, where sensitive information can be identified and removed, was also the right use of the redact service at the right time in your code base. And then with regards to audit logging, be able to offload and store critical transactions that your users are doing on a trustworthy service, which has got assurances around tamper proofing, the fact that nothing will get deleted, modified, or inserted maliciously. You will be able to prove to the customer, prove to the auditors that every transaction that occurred on the application has been securely logged and can be verified at a later point in time, was the perfect use for the audit log service. Again, it is to win the trust of the customer, and to make sure that the auditors can verify the transactions that have been occurring on the platform. And then lastly, of course, you were building a mobile app, and Auth0 didn't really have a mobile integration framework, but you were able to track the users in the user pool. So that was a clever use of Auth0. And then you were able to leverage, Intel services for the purpose of making sure that the hygiene of the user base, and the transactions that are happening on your application are clean. Again, in order to improve the security posture of your application and the trust of your users. All in all, all of these services, you did accomplish a lot of security controls as part of many compliance frameworks by virtue of just using these services. So, I would like to ask the ZeroPay team whether the choice of the services and the APIs and the places in which you did the integration, was compliance the primary concern or security the primary concern? What was the driving factor for why you chose the services to integrate that you chose to integrate?
So, in India, we do have something called UPI services. It was launched by the government of India. So, when we just pressed up through it, we just got to know about more deep into the financial transactions, etc. So, when we just was in a stage like what to implement, how to make sure of the security concerns. At that time, we just browsed through all the Pangea security products, APIs. So at that time, we just kept in mind the conscious about that we have to give a best or not a breed security application. So our main concern was we have to enhance the security so that the transactions should be much secure.
But I would like to dig deeper into the Intel services. What prompted you to use the Intel services, and which all Intel services did you use?
So we just used IP Intel and user Intel. So for IP Intel, just before the logging in, we just checked whether the IP is malicious or not. So if it is not a malicious, then we'll be just getting logged in. If it is a malicious, then we'll just showing that error message or somewhat will be just rejecting them. Then other thing that we use was user Intel. So particularly when a user logs in, we do need to check that the account is secured instead of not built. So at that time, we just use user Intel.
Have you, I did see references to domain Intel as well. What were you planning to integrate domain Intel eventually, or not?
So actually, domain Intel, when we just checked out, if we just take countries like Russia, they just restrict some of the other countries' IP address. So at India, when we just checked that, we didn't have any of the restrictions. So we just let the point.
I was wondering, did you consider using the embargo service in order to restrict the users that could use your application, or was that something that wasn't really relevant to your space and you wanted to keep your application open to use by anybody anywhere in the world?
No, actually, we didn't just go for the embargo service. I just told that, right, in India, we didn't see like that restrictions of such IP addresses of other countries. So we just left it open to everyone.
Saurabh, thank you for those questions. I did want to ask the team here, what are you hoping to kind of do next with this app? Or
At present, since it was for a hack, we just planned only for a prototype. We didn't think much for the next to scale it up. So it has to be decided based on that. And in India, but getting it fintech domain in India is too tough.
Yeah,
Because already we have top players in the market, such as Pangea, Pay, etc. So it's quite tough, and India has their own financial rules, which has some conflicts.
Yeah.
So we didn't plan upon it.
Maybe I just felt a bit like Pangea is more secured for financial transactions or fintech industries.
Yeah. Well, I would say health tech, fintech, insure tech. But again, it's a fabric that really covers every area, right? But in those specific segments, you would find more use for sure. Well, I hope you guys will consider joining the next Securathon, which is happening right now.
Would you or would you not consider Pangea just to accelerate your applications, other hackathons? I would like to understand that, right? Because, if APIs allow you to build features very quickly, why would you not? I would love to hear that.
No, actually, since we do participate only in corporate hacks, and most of them prefer only their own services. If we add some additional services, they won't be preferring much. So, and if it's normal hack, yes, we would be considering, since the main advantage what we got was since if Pangea is not there, we have to have each, or else we have to work on separate packages. Maybe in JavaScript we have separate packages for this kind of services, and managing all of them will be a hectic part. So with Pangea service, the main security issues will be solved, and we can just focus on other concerns of the app.
Great. If you do have any questions, please, we'll have some Q&A at the end here. You can ask.
You probably are getting the hints around what makes for a winning app. So
Yeah. What did you think of that? Go ahead.
I'm taking notes. The app was beautiful. It was awesome.
yeah, I think the presentation was great. The fact that it was a mobile app, I mean, if this app was developed as a desktop app, it would not have kind of resonated as well, because payments and transactions are kind of things that make more sense for a mobile app to be the way you launch your product rather than a desktop app. And again, the video that was made was really good. I mean, it conveyed exactly this kind of problems, and then the pitch was great.
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe we offer so many more services. If there were any additional ones that you would recommend for ZeroPay.
I mean, I was recommending they could have incorporated embargo as a means to restrict the users from signing up from geolocations or countries that don't expect. I mean, embargo list, again, the set of countries can be extended for any purposes. Out of the box, we come with the ITAR list as the default list of countries that you could incorporate. But depending on the country where you're hosting the application and you're intending for, you could have your own list of countries that you do not want people to be signing up for or using the application. So I would have recommended that. But ZeroPay team, if you thought that there were services, APIs, or features that you could have potentially used but were not present, would love to hear that.
Yes, actually, just now we saw, I mean, you just showed that we can choose what domain we need to, I mean, from which domain our application can be accessed. So without, if that feature is not there, we must wish some codes package, or else we must write some script for it to specify which domain to access, and it would be a hectic. Since suppose if later in future, if we need to add some other domains, we have to change it from server side. So it's not, it would be complicated, since again we have to run CI/CD, etc. So just now I saw that feature. I think it will be useful. I mean, it's one of the great features, since at AC we can just modify what all domains we need to be accessed. So I found that was very useful.
Great.
Oh, awesome. Good to hear that there is an immediate use for a feature that we are about to release. Good job.
Well, I'd like to open it up for Q&A. There's a lot of information shared today, a lot of services being featured. Is there any Q&A?
If you could go back to the beginning, what would you like? How would you approach this differently?
Yeah, actually, considering the application that we have built,
our primary focus is on payments, as we all know, and we try to use the essential services offered by Pangea, like for considering Authn or Vault. Only the essential services were integrated into the application. So if we wanted to go back from the start and build an app from scratch again, as Rohit mentioned, we would love to integrate the domain restrictions to avoid any malicious requests from or any requests from third-party services to our application. You would like to add that. And other than that, I think our application is pretty solid and we like to continue the same way.
What was your experience with performance and like load times and things of that nature within console?
Yeah, we integrated like multiple features and the load times were pretty standard. Like they were not much expensive. The latency was well within the within the user experience. So we did not have any problem with the downtime with the Pangea services. It was really easy to integrate and with them.
Actually, we just tried out with let's take what we just tried out with multiple tests and that metrics analysis. Okay, we just felt somewhat it helped us for building up other features. So other things there's at the back end or etc. What are the things? So website everything yeah fine, it's good. It's very not big congested. It's just simple, easy to understand.
Again, want to congratulate the ZeroPay team. Want to thank you for joining us on this call today and walking us through your journey in implementing ZeroPay. It's a fantastic app. It uses a lot of services. I think you've provided a really great example of what can be created and how Pangea can secure the app. So again, thank you. I do have one question though before we end. How did you come up with the name ZeroPay? I have to ask. Do you have a
Actually, the term zero translates to like simplicity of payments. Like so, our main idea was to focus on the simplicity of payment transactions as plus the security. So the zero is like how simple how a transaction can happen, like you can easily on an application and move. So that's what take the name ZeroPay.
good answer?
So ZeroPay implies zero friction.
That's good. That was well said. Great. Again, before I close, I just want to mention, we've got our Securathon. It's going on. We're now on the end of our first week. It goes on until September 15th. It's the Health and Wellness Securathon. So please sign up if you haven't already. And then we'll be hosting this community cafe every Friday. So also, we are launching our startup program for anyone that wants to use our platform to secure their application. Please sign up. And again, you can find this on our website, pangea.cloud. So again, thank you, everybody.